For Bulldogs fans in 2023, I think we need to come to an honest conclusion. The team gave up weeks ago and they're not going to improve next week either. On this podcast, I think we need to be honest because we are talking about the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs. We love our team. We still support them. But the truth is that I don't think they're going to have a good chance against the Titans. There are many rumors out there that the players are over it. And you know what? I think the fans are too. It's disappointing that week after week we put some hope in the team and they show us nothing. But why is this happening? And will there be an improvement into 2024? Plus, how do we think they're going to go against the Titans? All this and more on tonight's episode of the Kennel NRL Podcast. And if you haven't, please be sure to like and subscribe as we continue to provide more content, as we continue to bring new episodes into the 2024 season and beyond. And with that, I'd like to introduce my trusty evergreen co-host, Dibbo, and welcome Brandon back to the podcast. Hi, gentlemen.
G'day. Just saying, as a current Bulldogs player, I'm looking forward to my end-of-season trip to Bali. It's been a long season, and I just look like getting away to de-stressing for the next month. So, can't wait for this week's game to be over.
Brandon, how are you, mate?
I'm very good, thank you. How are you, boys? Good to be back.
Oh, well, good to have you, man. It's been a while. You disappeared on us for a bit.
It has been a while, but it's been a lot of big movements, but alhamdulillah, it's been good.
Alhamdulillah, good to hear. Your beard's peaking too.
Sorry?
Your beard's peaking.
Yeah,
I love it, bro.
peaking. Yeah, how good is
you,
it?
man. It's
After
hectic.
25 years, I finally enjoyed it.
It suits you, bro. It
Thank
suits
you,
you.
bro.
So I guess the first point of discussion is the Bulldogs against Manly. To be honest, I didn't think that Manly missing so many players would put 42 on us. But at times there, I felt like players were only there because they had to be, and it probably would have been easier if we had forfeited. To be honest, that's how I felt as a fan. And I was thinking, you know what, maybe against the Titans next week, we forfeit ahead of, because no one seems to want to play. There are, one or two players out there I feel sometimes want to play, and the rest are just going through the motions. Tavita Pangai's gone, Ockenball's gone, Waddell hasn't been re-signed, Flanagan hasn't been re-signed. There's heaps of players coming next year that are going to take other people's places. What's happening with Lou Thompson? I just feel like, maybe the team is sort of, I'm going to say given up, but it's, they've hung up their boots a couple of weeks early.
Well, now you're telling me the game's on the Gold Coast. It looks like the end-of-season trips start a week early. So, Cav looks like they'll be visiting Cavill Avenue.
Yeah, looks like they're starting Mad Monday.
I wouldn't even say Mad Monday. Just get into it right away before Monday.
It's going to be a mad week, mate. Mad fortnight.
Start off with an interstate trip to the Gold Coast on the party strip, and then have those tickets already booked for Bali. Go there for 3 weeks. Might run into one of our co-hosts there.
Yeah, look, I just think, some of those plays like that the Manly team scored off, you probably wouldn't see that in
some of that defense was dreadful, yeah.
Like, it's unacceptable. Like, I've said this so many times over the last few weeks that some of that defense is unacceptable. But really, like, as a fan, it's like, all right, we understand. And I think we need to accept that it is what it is this year. There's going to be changes that are going to happen next year. And hopefully we don't see this dreadful defense again, because I'm at my wit's end as to what's happening in terms of the defense. And the thing is, it's not just some of those lesser known players in the team. It's some of the big names in our team that are making those crucial missed tackles. Like, I know a lot of people say, Burton's a center, or, he'd be better in the centers, but he's missed 15, 20 tackles over the last 3-4 weeks. And that's quite horrible. I mean, against the Seagulls, he missed 6 crucial tackles, which, if you think about it, he only made 14 tackles. So he's only got a tackling efficiency of 70%. He's a big name. I think he's been down on form and down on confidence quite a bit over the last few weeks. Then you look at, for example, some of the decisions being made by Ciraldo. Against the Raiders, I thought Averillo was one of our best attacking options, and then he's moved him into centre and put Perham at fullback, which, it's like
they're short on troops.
I mean, you could have kept Perham at centre. Why would you put?
How good's Averillo?
He's just incredible,
Even he played in the centres, he's still sparkling.
You know, he was supporting, he was trying his absolute best.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Class act.
it's
I can't believe you guys let
I'll
him
tell
go.
you what, I was looking forward to the Battle of the Speedsters because you got Kula, Talatau Kulu, who absolutely, for me, he was probably the best player on the field besides Daly Cherry Evans.
Yeah.
You got the Jason Saab, and then you had Josh Addo-Carr, Jack Arilla, and Blake Wilson from Canterbury. I was looking for the Battle of the Speeds, like, you know, and the only one really, the Manly guys were giving it a dig. I thought, was Addo-Carr carrying an injury because
it didn't look like he's 100%. Maybe
was he just down on confidence?
I think the whole team's just sort of ready to end the year early. I think,
yeah,
and that's disappointing because you could tell their attitude's not quite there. Their effort isn't quite there.
I'll tell you what, there was times in that game they threw it around and oh man, they could move Canterbury. It just makes you wonder why hasn't this been around for the whole year?
Look,
they scored some tries with ease. They threw the ball around. They look absolutely sparkling in attack.
Look, I'm with you. And this is the frustrating part is that you know that with this group of players there is the potential there, right? But against Manly, it's like, you know, they can only play in patches, and it's very emblematic of a team that's right down the bottom, that's got a losing culture, and. You know, I understand what Ciraldo's trying to do. He's trying to shift that culture around. He's trying to demand high standards, and I feel like maybe some of the players aren't reacting as well to that as he would have liked, which is again disappointing because if you're down the bottom and you don't have, you know, first grade standards in your team, and the coach is coming in to try set those first grade standards, and the players aren't going with it, well, it's like, sorry, you can't coast. You're gonna have to, because, you know. Really, like I can see, for example, people were putting a lot of shit on Viliami Kikau, but I thought the guy is trying his absolute heart out. You know, he's trying to make up for being out for so long. You know, Corey Waddell, I think, unbelievable the last few weeks. He's the only guy that's averaging over 100 meters over the last few weeks.
Has he been re-signed somewhere next year?
He hasn't, but honestly, he wouldn't be out of.
He's got experience, so
wouldn't be out of his depth.
What does Canterbury do next week? Do they just give last game of the season? They're not going to finish higher than 15th, and they're not going to finish lower than 15th. So they just give all the other fringe guys another game in first grade. I mean, it's not going to harm them.
Was there any debuts or anyone possibly that could have a debut from Dogs this week?
I don't think that we want to destroy any more people's confidences by debuting them in a team that doesn't want to play. So I think what I would like to see is probably Skelton getting another go. He played 3 games and he played very well. I think he deserves another shot.
I do want to give Dogs big hope. I went to watch the juniors play and all the young juniors, 12, 13, 14, 15. You were there too, Dibbo.
Yeah.
Wow, they can play.
But
I'm telling you, there's some talents there.
This guy's harsh, man. I don't want to destroy anyone's confidence.
Oh,
bro.
really?
So, you know what? We might as well do what they did to South. Throw his out of the comp for 3 years, bring his back in, and then about 3 or 4 years down the track, find that Hollywood celeb that's worth a couple $100 million to privatise the club.
Margot Robbie, apparently, she's a dog supporter.
Yeah, I was about to say her or Miley. So I had it mixed up. I thought it was Miley Cyrus. I was actually going to mention Miley Cyrus.
Margot Robbie.
So it's Margot Robbie. Get her to, because a lot of Hollywood stars are buying soccer clubs now with Ryan Reynolds and all that. So, I mean, buy Canterbury.
All right, bro. Enough of your crappy theorising. Enough of your rubbish theorising, bro. Get out of here. Look, I am harsh, but if honestly, if you compare how bad we've been over the last month compared to the Tigers and the Dragons, we are by far the worst team in the competition, and it's not even close.
Well, he's won a couple of games more than both those clubs. So,
but that was earlier in the season,
and he's building up in the lower grades nicely, and plus other things.
Well, I mean, our New South Wales Cup team that was first for the majority of the season has missed out on the finals
because all their players have to go back to first grade,
right?
Or they started blooding them. The injury toll took its course eventually
on both teams.
Yeah,
but look. There's no escaping how bad the Bulldogs were on the weekend. Despite some little sparks of energy here and there, there's just no getting away from how deflating it is as a fan to have to watch that week after week. It's like you prepare yourself for 80 minutes of pain. That's what it is. I had people, people at the game, and everyone, they left early, or it's just, as a real fan,
I saw comments on Twitter, like they're all talking. I didn't even appreciate that. Oh, I'm going to hand in my membership. And, you don't deserve our money. Come on, man. Don't be there for the sunny days.
No, hang on a second. Yeah. Hang on a second. I'm with you. I agree with you. Don't be a fair weather fan.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's been such crap offered
don't disagree.
on the table by the Bulldogs team, organisation now for 7 years straight. right? And we've said this before. Bulldogs fans expect success.
100%.
You
But-
blame them?
I don't blame the fans, but to come out of those, it's just too much. Like we touched on it, I think last week or the week before, why it's taken this long, because they have made an error in one situation where they have 3 rookie coaches back to back. That's where they went wrong. Other than that, they will go up. This is probably them bottoming them out. They will go up. They're getting more and more like
They got big signings next year
to the club. And you know what? They're building nicely towards 2025, 20. I don't give a shit. I mean, I shouldn't say that, but I ain't going to wait another 2 or 3 years. Okay, don't. Go watch something else then. Don't.
Look, the world will go on without you, but
Exactly. But I can see Canterbury, they are building. They're gonna have those breakthrough players come through, whether they sign other players from other clubs or they'll have some junior players coming through, which I can see they have.
Yeah.
They have. It's a few years away. Unfortunately, I know he's gonna hate to hear that. But you know, they might even spring a surprise next year or two. In the next year or two, but I reckon it's about 2-3 years away that they'll probably have a good decade straight. You know, in the finals.
all right, fine. Let's say 2024 is better. How are we going to improve from averaging 50 missed tackles a game? We have the worst missed tackle average and the worst defense in the competition by about negative 100 points.
Yeah, so I hope they do make some improvements in their coaching staff. They probably are. I believe they are moving some on, and they're probably getting a new fitness guru in. That's one thing.
Where did you read that?
I think that's what I've been hearing, because their fitness along with St George's is the worst in the comp.
It's horrible fitness.
Yeah, I'll probably put St George's at the worst. But yeah,
horrible fitness, horrible resilience, horrible consistency. There's just been so many like problems that the Bulldogs have faced. And look, to be honest, I think it's been a perfect storm of problems this year, right? Add to that a rookie coach, add to that him wanting to bring premiership standards to a club that's well below premiership standards, players not responding well to that, and you just start to think, all right, maybe 2024 might be a little bit better, but I just don't see how at this point, and I know I'm a wounded fan, but I don't see how it does get considerably better in 2024 where they're going to win more than 7 games.
You're right. Look, it won't get considerably better, but it will get better. Whereas what did they win this year? 7 games?
Yeah.
I reckon next year they can win 10 or 11 games. They'll get to about somewhere between 40 to 50% of games.
Well,
I think won 7 games out of 27.
No, there was 3 rounds, 3 by. So
out of 24.
That's
so I think they'll get somewhere to about 10 or 11 out of, which is almost half. That's how much improvement I reckon they have in them. I don't think there'll be blowouts like what's their front against minus 350.
Yeah.
Like the fact is, obviously they've gone and recruited some experienced players. They've been there. They played in a grand final. The young guns, they've got those games under their belt. They'll have another preseason with the first grade squad. I'll tell you, these boys will improve. There's no way they will recede. I'll quote Buzz, put your house on it, but Canterbury will improve next year. If you're going to, not considerably, where we say that they're going to win 14 out of 24, 15 out of 24, I reckon we can see about probably at least 10 games roughly. Yeah. That's literally probably 2 wins outside the top.
That's hope for you. So that's good.
He's been there till probably the last 4 or 5 rounds of the year.
I think it's very optimistic. I'll be honest with you. I think it's very optimistic.
I can see all the ingredients in there. I can't see them getting worse.
Because you know why? Because we are going to have less forwards next year than we have this year. That's the problem.
So
we don't have TPJ, even though it was only averaging 25 minutes a game.
Yeah,
who knows if we're going to have Luke Thompson? I don't think Raymond Faitala-Marin will play another game for the Bulldogs. Ryan Sutton may not be there next year as well.
Yep.
Frank Pele's gone.
Yep.
Ockenball's gone.
Yep.
So we may only get, say, Siosua Taukeiaho. Right,
Okay.
He's 1.
He's good.
But we've lost 6 or 7.
Look, Liam Knight, I know he's nothing significant, but he's been solid for you guys. He's offered better numbers than pretty much most of the guys you already mentioned.
And I'm with you. But alongside him, Taukeiaho, Max King.
And then you got your other, like I said, you got all your debutants this year or last year. They got another preseason. Their bodies will grow. They're better for the experience. And look, I know you guys will probably sneak in another 2 or 3 signings still to go.
I reckon.
There is clubs that will probably release players. Honestly, honestly, like I know a lot of players. Not players. Fans are losing patience and all that. But a lot of them should know that they've been around long enough to basically just trust the process with Phil. He's been at how many clubs and he's done well? Penrith, Roosters.
All right. On that, I actually want to
back at Penrith.
Talk about something, right? A lot of the fans are like, okay, hashtag Gus out, hashtag Ciraldo out.
Yep.
The problem is,
normal. Yeah.
what are you going to do when you get rid of Gus and Ciraldo? Right? Like that is like getting rid of someone who started a 5-year process 1 year into it doesn't make any sense.
We've learnt that already. Dude, they got rid of Dean Pay. I thought he was going to get another 2 or 3 year contract.
He should have gotten another 2 or 3.
He finished 10th or 11th that year?
With such a poor team.
10th twice. And then I thought, okay, why'd you get rid of him? And then they brought Barrett in.
And then they got rid of him. Like,
yeah, I didn't think. Look, I'll be honest with him. I couldn't see anything that he did 2 years, but then it's like from rookie to rookie. But you're building something up with your previous rookie, and why'd you go him? And he's went back. So if anything, they shot themselves in the foot. And Cam had a bigger task ahead than anyone could imagine. Because under Trent, what did they come first year? Wooden spooners.
Yeah,
they were sitting in last till Mick Potter came in.
That's right.
And look, as any new coach that comes in mid-season, it's like injection of energy.
Yeah, 100%.
You saw of Ryan Carr with St. George. You saw of Jason Taylor years ago with Parramatta, where they got into the 8. He's, that's what was going to happen. So that positioning they got last year they were actually on track to get the wooden spoon. Potter actually came in and
it made a big difference.
Made a massive difference.
And look, to be honest, like the other thing I think that fans maybe don't see about Ciraldo is that Ciraldo is demanding a lot of his players, and some maybe aren't up to the task, and that's fine. He's going to have to build the team around what he sees as the optimal performers. And to be honest, for a long time, we've had players that have been paid too much money and have not been training and been pushed to be at NRL standard. And I'm okay with Ciraldo kicking their ass, right? Like one of the reports coming out now is there's a text message going around with 8 Bulldogs players that aren't happy with Ciraldo wanting them to be at the at training, but from 9 to 5:30.
Was this rumor coming from a a club legend that hasn't played it's from the son of a club legend that hasn't played in 70 years, for example?
I mean, regardless of where it's coming from,
ridiculous,
I think it's ridiculous.
It's probably made out of thin air from News Limited or something.
Do you know what? Even if it's not, even if it's real, I say that if Ciraldo is honestly demanding those standards,
you're never going to have all the players on side.
Doesn't matter.
That.
Yeah, but he needs to demand that. If he expects, if we are going to build new standards in the team to be successful 100%. For 10, 20 years, you need someone who's going to say, you know what, I'm not your mate, I'm your coach. You're here 9 to 5:30. You like it, you like it. You don't like it, piss off.
And you're going to have the buttercups that are going to fall off the ships. That's what you want.
Yeah.
And that's what you want.
Yeah, you need to.
You're not sold on the club culture and the club, the club
work ethic.
Work ethic. See you later. Go to somewhere else that will tolerate it, and you will probably go finish wooden spoon again.
And that's why I think, and a lot of fans need to understand that Gus and Ciraldo have a plan. If we stop midway through the plan for a 3rd time, then we're just going to start rebuilding for a 4th time. You have to stick with it.
And then you might as well just be Souths and throw them out and start all over again. Hey, I'm entitled to my laugh. Or you can merge the club like St. George.
The problem is, look, the sad thing is that we're not far off how bad Souths were when they came back to the competition.
Oh, they were way worse than you guys.
Bro, they weren't. I guarantee if you look back in the numbers, their for and against wasn't as bad as ours.
Souths were literally coming last every year in the 90s and in that first half of the 2000s.
Yeah,
and then Russell bought the club. And
bro, we've been coming last now, 4 years almost? Come on.
4 years. He won't be much longer there.
Look, I know I sound like the ultimate pessimist, but it's just sometimes you start to think about where, when is that light at the end of the tunnel coming? You know what I mean? Like, how far in that tunnel do we have to go before we start seeing that bloody light?
I reckon, I know he's a downer now, but I reckon as soon as the season's over, you're all looking forward to next year.
100%. 100%.
Even those ones that I said that turning up their membership will have a change of heart.
What is it?
I think you're going to do preseason as well.
What was that?
Because I feel like you're
bro,
hungry
I'm ready
for next season.
Bro,
I'll tell you,
you guys got some big signings, don't you? It's like Crichton.
I think Crichton and Blake Taff are going to make a big difference.
I just want to see the boys go finish
Taff from Rabbitohs. Wow.
Yeah, he's a mad signing.
And the other Penrith guy there,
Jamin Salmon.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. I think they'll add. My problem is that, is Ciraldo building like a mobile forward pack as opposed to a big brutish forward pack? Is that what he's going to try and go with next year? Because if you look at like
the speed's fast. The game.
Yeah, it's very fast.
Football like.
Yeah, it is fast. I was watching.
And now apparently the Bulldogs are about to sign Kurt Mann. What do we do with Kurt Mann? Like what?
Another utility.
Yeah. Why are we buying all these? Look, I don't know.
Probably as a starter.
Oh, I said he's netted another 2 front rows.
Strong ones.
Second rows. That's what you need.
And
that's what them and St George need, 2 or 3 more.
Yeah, that's all.
That's all
you
really
you've called out Jordan McLean. He's still off contract. I think he'll be a great signing if we can get him.
He's a big boy.
St. George
He's massive, and he's doing well for the Cowboys.
He's played
as well.
for New South Wales.
Yeah, he has.
He would have played more games if injury didn't keep interrupting at the in the middle of the year.
He's gone missing, but he's a big boy.
No, well, this year's been he's been good for the Cowboys.
Missing. He's just
He's been a bit quieter, but
he was great at Melbourne.
But even for the Cowboys last year, he was great. And I think this year he's been now like towards the back end of the season, he's been a lot better. And to be honest, if you can get a Jordan McLean, he'll be like your number 8, number 10. That's there. That will be the anchor. He'll be the anchor. He'll be the hard worker. Alongside Max King. Just bang, bang,
Newcastle
bang.
have a few off contracts still, or like undecided?
The Saifidi, one of the Saifidi brothers.
Just go and throw him a nice fat $500,000, and just put Newcastle out of the picture because their salary cap's really thinning out. Yeah, and they still haven't signed Bradman Best.
Yeah, I agree with you.
If they lose Bradman Best, he's essentially a blockbusting forward in the centres.
Let's see what Gus and Ciraldo have up, because I'm sure that they've got something up their sleeve. I'm sure they're not sitting there twiddling their thumbs. And look, again, I do have faith in the process. I do think that 2025 will be competing for a top 8 spot. I don't know if we'll be doing it next year. That's honest truth.
That's what we predicted the first 5
Yeah,
I just think you guys will improve, but like you said, nothing significant.
I think episode 3 of the podcast. Remember, we were talking about maybe the Dogs not being competitive until 2025. So. But look, to be honest, they could also spring a surprise.
That's what I said. You may get a surprise, but I think you win more than 7 games next year. So.
It's like Newcastle, they surprised us this year.
But Newcastle have a very good team. They have a very.
It's all right. They won't win this week. They're missing about 6 players.
Everyone's having a rest.
Cogra.
Oh, the Dragons.
Yeah.
But I reckon the Dragons can spring an upset.
Yeah, but Newcastle, I think, is going to miss half a dozen. They're going to miss Ponga, the halves, both of them.
Yeah. No, he's
Hastings, I think, not going to play, and neither is what's he called?
Wannabe Thurston.
Who's the wannabe Thurston?
Who's the wannabe Thurston? Ben Hunt.
No, man.
The wannabe
Tyson Gamble.
No, who's the other half they got? Besides when Gamble doesn't.
Adam Clune.
Oh no, sorry. I think they're missing 3 or 4 of their best players.
Yeah, they're missing a lot of players.
Kurt Mann's missing as well.
Yeah, Kurt Mann's missing. So
wannabe Thurston. That was your best one liner. Tyson Gamble.
Well, it was Thurston against the Doggies. That's the thing. We play people into form. I'm telling you,
that's what you're judging it on.
We played Tyson Gamble to form. We played Jordan Rapana into form, and we played what's his name?
As much as you want to punch Tyson Gamble in the head, you wouldn't mind him on your team. He's like Cody Walker. He gets in your face.
Yeah,
he frustrates the team.
100%.
You lose your temper. You don't know what you're doing anymore. Even as a fan, the fan doesn't know what he's doing anymore because this guy has driven him nuts. Yeah, he's a character. Yeah. You need characters.
I think for next year, like our backs are looking pretty good. If we re-sign Luke Thompson, I think that adds a lot of starch for us in the front row.
He had some good runs for you guys.
He had some good
His
runs.
defense is still a bit sus. Look, Talatau Kula was running around everyone or through everyone that year. It was killing it.
I just feel like Thompson still needs a lot.
That Kula, man. Yeah, Thompson. Yeah, needs more game time.
He just needs more game time.
But you know what? He's gone straight. Hey, he hasn't taken a backward step. Straight in.
Yeah, look, good on him.
He's ready for battle.
So is Kickout, which I think is great.
Yeah, him and Kickout.
You're seeing what Kickout, like we're starting to see what Kickout can potentially do. So with a bit more consistency, I think
Is that Thompson's 3rd game on the bounce?
Yeah,
that's good.
It's very good. Yeah,
just had the unfortunate injury. This Frank,
yeah.
But it looks like his body's right. Your mate Gordon.
Yeah,
the smiling assassin.
I want to congratulate my mate Gordon Chan on making his NRL debut, bro. Proud
He's
of you, bro.
Chinese heritage, I believe.
He is half Chinese, half Samoan.
Is he like the 3rd in the game to have Chinese heritage? I think Alex Chan and Chi Cam. Yeah. I think they're the other 2. Michael Chi Cam.
No, the other one's Japanese. Shibasaki.
Yeah, but Shibasaki wasn't the first. There was actually a Japanese fella in the late 70s for Balmain. I forgot his name. He was
Are you serious?
Yeah, he got paralyzed. He played about 80 games or something. He got paralyzed.
From the game?
He got spear tackled.
Wow.
Yeah, he was a Balmain player. He was a good player too.
Wow, that's amazing.
And it's good that did you watch the kick? Daily
yeah, that was funny, man. I was happy for him. Like I like seeing young guys come in and play. And you know what? He showed a lot of energy and he killed us. He killed us around the rock.
He looks like a mini Payne Haas. He's got the same look. He's a miniature version with a smile on his face.
Humble.
I don't know. His game style reminds me a lot.
Oh, no, not game style, just his looks.
Oh no, but his running style reminds me a lot of Brandon Smith. I think low, nuggety, really strong but quick.
Hey, and he's got 2 points to his name already. That's 2 points more than anyone on this podcast.
I thought he played excellent. I was very happy for his debut, to be honest.
Bloody oath, yeah.
His support system, 200 people, I think.
That was amazing. I was so happy to see all his family. There was like 87 people there.
Oh, that was a
What
lot.
about the chocolates? Is he sharing those chocolates?
You see the money around his...
Yeah, the chocolates.
Good on him, bro. I love seeing that stuff. Bro.
Oh,
It's
you
so
know where
amazing.
I saw that? So, you know how we were both at Belmore Sports Ground on the weekend watching the junior comp? So, all these Polynesian... Is it part of the culture?
It is part of it.
All these Polynesian kids wearing the same thing and they had lollies or chocolates and money.
It's amazing.
You know, how good was those finals, eh?
Fuck.
He's got a lot of... Mate, they got a bright future, eh?
Dogs have a
Canterbury
bright
comp.
future, I'm telling you.
Mate, they're all like like heart stoppers. There was a 6-all draw.
Oh, man. Look,
was a
all I want to
12-0
know,
win.
all I want to know is that we're moving in the right direction. That for me is like, as a Dogs fan, look, I understand the first grade team's not playing that well, but we have enough talent and skill in the first grade team that if things click for us, we can go on a mad run. I'm not even joking.
I think he's have a bright future ahead. There's a resurgence in the juniors, like all the way up from 18 down to the 6s. I'm seeing like the 9s, that was quality. The 10s, that Moorebank Rams, they beat my mate Finch's side. That Moorebank Rams got, I think there's one kid in there.
With the head
Yeah, number 11.
Amazing.
He's an enforcer.
You guys got some
He's tackled my mate's son, and then didn't get sent off. They sent off the wrong kid. And my mate's son went to punch on with him. My mate's son didn't take a backward step, young Golden Bear, so he went up. And then there was the grand final in the 12s. It was a 12-10.
That was a great
It was a goal kick that decided it.
Oh, wow.
You know, between Bankstown
missing
Sports
out.
and someone.
You're missing out, you know what?
That was a good day. I'll tell you what, grand final day, gala day, or whatever it is for junior, it is awesome. The food, you sit there at Belmore Sports Ground.
That's amazing.
And you couldn't miss this guy on the stand. He was wearing a Dragons jacket.
With my crutches.
With his crutches.
I tell you what, I'll tell you who played absolutely amazing against the Doggies. Hamali Olakoatu.
Yeah, he was throwing those inside passes to Kula. Kula, and then from Olakoatu to Kula through, and he finds the other Ferrari on the field in Jason Saab.
Bro.
And it's like Addo Carr's doing everything. He's like, I'm up against like 3 Ferraris.
Yeah.
Is he going to wear a New South Wales jumper next year?
He has to. He has to.
I was shocked. I was searching it up while I was watching. He said he didn't wear one this year.
Man, you know what? You got him, Kalamatangi. They finally gave Bradman Best a run. They finally gave Kalamatangi a run. And Kalamatangi excelled. It's like, why do we wait? These guys deserve the run from 2-3 years ago.
Honestly, I reckon next year the second row should be Kalamatangi, Olakoatu, and Cameron Murray at lock.
You got to have Liam Martin on the bench, maybe.
Oh, and Liam Martin come on as a barnstorming front rower or something.
I think, you know what? If Preston keeps up his form, I'd have him there as well because...
You guys have the trophy this year, don't you?
Queensland do.
I know we do.
That's
a good one.
You're a dog.
I got you there.
It's looking bleak for Queensland next year. It's looking bleak.
We say that every year, bro.
I know. You know what? Scott Drinkwater will be the fullback for New South Wales.
As I say about Dogs too.
Hey, Scott Drinkwater will be the fullback.
Hey, he's playing so well, man.
Drinkwater?
Yeah. Scott
Playing
Drinkwater.
well. Like his golf game. Wow.
What?
He plays good golf. Yeah.
Does he?
Yeah.
Wow, man. I mean, he's just one of those fullbacks. He just does everything. Like you can almost have him as another half. That's really what he does. He's just everywhere. He's always sparking things. He's always backing up. His speed.
I think that's what you need at
and
Dogs.
people like Spencer Laney should play next year as well off the bench.
Yeah.
But seriously, I think that's what you need at a Dog. A good fullback just to control the ruck. Stay
if he can play in the
Marcus
halves.
tight. You know how they try with
He's
Denzel
like
Evans?
Ponga. He plays in the halves.
Came with Ockenbaugh and took Ockenbaugh.
Yeah.
He's played in the halves sometimes. He's like Ponga.
Yeah.
He's played at 5'8"
Exactly.
or halfback.
Well, I mean, we've got Crichton to play fullback next year. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't see him as the ball playing.
Crichton's got a...
He can pass Crichton.
He can, but is he that
He's
creative?
not loud. He had to be loud.
Yeah. Look, I honestly hope, like, I wouldn't be too upset if they had Crichton in the center and they tried Blake Taff at fullback.
Why doesn't Addo Carr play fullback?
Nah,
He
I
can't
wouldn't know,
pass.
I
I've seen him throw good passes.
Nah, I would love to see Blake Taff at fullback.
But look at Talatau Kula for Manly. He's a speed star. I thought, why can't Addo Carr do the same?
Remember when Latrell was out during the finals? Taff killed it. I remember
Taff
that.
played out of his skin, man.
Oh, Taff will be your fullback.
Yeah, Taff
Sorry,
will be
I
fullback.
completely forgot.
I reckon Taff will be a great
Taff
fullback.
is good.
He will be your fullback, even though he's probably more of a half. He excels at fullback.
I don't know if Phil Good said they bought Crichton to play fullback.
He's going to be in the centres.
Is that what Crichton wanted? That's probably...
Well,
He's on fullback money.
apparently he said that Crichton didn't stipulate anything about positioning.
Well,
so
there you go.
You
He's
can
in
have
the
him
centres.
anywhere. But I reckon Blake Taff could be an amazing fullback for us.
It'll work itself out.
Yeah, I think hopefully, look, if we can get that fullback set and we have a fullback for the whole season and we can build into our spine. So if we have a set 9, 6, 7, 1,
Just got to
right?
get those two front rowers.
Just those two front rowers in, and honestly, I
Or
think
forwards,
we've
yeah.
got enough speed and enough skill in the back line and in the back row to cause damage.
I can see where he's going. I saw the same thing with Penrith. They're buying players from other clubs, great, or even players that were great, but they were heading towards. They looked like they were just over the prime of their career. Because remember they signed Petro Civoniceva.
Yeah, that's right.
And do you remember they signed James Tarmow?
That's right.
You know, like
And James Maloney.
James Maloney, and then they were also signing other players. They were good, not the great, but good, but they had experience. And I can see Canterbury starting to do the same thing. They're building to something. They're building to something.
You never know these days.
How soon? I think it's a few years away.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. But I
but-
just want to see next year. I want to see consistency, and I want to see some combinations build. I think one of our problems is we literally have no chemistry and no combinations between each other. And I think
It'll get there.
because if you remember the first 5-6 rounds of the year, we had it. I thought we were playing a lot better footy than what we are now. It's just come 1 or 2 games got to go away from us, and then the whole season just
Is it getting there? Is
Are
it
you
getting
guys
there?
wooden
Next year will
spoon
be
this year?
better.
Tigers.
Oh, Tigers, wow.
What
At
was
least
it?
Tigers beat Penrith.
They
They
did.
got something to...
We had a few good games, but nothing to write home about.
Yeah.
Dogs and Titans. This week I think it'll be a good game, but I don't know. I think the Titans have been playing very good.
Aren't the Titans missing a lot of players?
Well, they've got Fafita. They've got.
That's an interesting one. You know, I'm going to go Canterbury, even though it's a Titans home game.
Yeah.
I don't think the Titans are even motivated.
What are Titans
for this.
coming?
No, they won't make that.
Oh, they won't make
Tino's
that?
not playing, is he?
Yeah,
No.
he is.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, Tino will be playing.
Okay. They got all their players back, do they?
No, so they're still missing Tanner Boyd. They'll be
Yeah.
missing Jaden Campbell.
Yep.
I think they might be missing Foreign.
Oh, they're missing their halves. So who's playing in the halves?
They've got the young Tom Weaver. I know
Yeah.
Foreign should be playing as well. Then they've got they have AJ Brimson at fullback.
Oh, okay. So maybe I'll go to Gold Coast then. I thought
Brimson's
Gold
right.
Coast were I thought they were missing half a dozen players.
I think Gold Coast will win this
Nah,
one.
they're not.
Gold Coast will
Oh,
win this
I'll go Gold Coast by 14.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not too upset.
It'd be nice if Canterbury spring a win.
I mean, look, if I say this every week, but all I want to see is some determination from the team. Really, that's all I want to see. It'll be a good game, but I think the Titans have been playing very good footy since McClellan took over.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the interim coach. So, and they've got a lot to prove.
Oh,
as
you mean
well.
Lenahan?
Lenahan, sorry.
Jimmy Lenahan from
Lenahan,
St. George in the
yeah.
He's the
90s.
next coach.
He was a
for-
St. George
There's
player.
Hasler.
It is.
Jimmy
Yeah, for the
Lenahan.
Gold Coast. He's taken over.
For Dragons, it's...
It's, good old
Flano?
Flano.
That's all St. George have done, is sign a coach. I haven't seen anything.
Flano's
Well, not
and
that
they
I
kept
know.
Ben Hunt.
No, I don't mind that. I haven't seen any significant signing. All right, they signed Hamo Sele, but he used to play for them. But I haven't seen any other major signings. I haven't seen any major signings in the coaching staff. The only thing I saw was Matt Cooper couldn't get a gig because they told him, oh, look, other coaches there got a 1-year deal still left. Well, it's like, dude, they've been there for 4 or 5 years with the same results. Move them on already.
Yeah, look, I'm with you, but I think
How do you deny probably the best defensive centre we've seen in the last 20 years? Matt Cooper.
look, I think
he was a star. and he
let
could
Flanagan
try.
do his thing. Let Flanagan do his thing. I think Flanagan knows what he's doing.
I don't think it's Flanagan that's not. I think he's not. I think he's restricted. I think that board is still even now. A lot of people say it's that board. They're the ones that should be moving on these guys and saying we're getting a whole clean out. All right. The only thing he did do was sign a new strength and conditioning and fitness coordinator. It's the guy that Wayne Bennett uses all the time.
They need
That's the
guys-
only other significant thing he's done. So I think he's restricted. I've seen no players sign. We need forwards.
But there's no one to sign. That's the problem.
Like I'm sure he can spring 2 or 3. Like, he should have went after Jordan McLean and one of those Newcastle boys already. Should have
They
locked
should
them
just go
away.
to the islands and just sell some boys, I think.
Fiji, man.
Well, I mean, the Bulldogs now build pathways for Fijian
I reckon
players.
Fiji's got the best juniors.
Yeah.
They beat Australia, so...
And the rugby union.
Yeah.
Rugby sport, mate.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Hopefully no one saw that on the... Everyone will see that.
Wrong sport.
I just want to ask, what do you guys reckon? Like this grudge match, Rabbitohs and Roosters coming up.
We always get it last round of the year. The first
This game,
I'm
I
over it. I'm
cannot
sick
wait
of it.
for.
Honestly, man.
This
It's
will
not even a-
decide the
it's-
8th position,
It's
yeah?
not even a
Yeah.
grudge
This
race
will
for me.
decide the 8th position,
Just
yeah?
an overhyped
It
grudge
depends.
match.
I reckon it depends on how the Cowboys go against the Panthers.
Para's out, yeah?
Para's
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. You guys can start Mad Monday, just saying.
But like, I'm really looking forward to.
Oh, Roosters are missing a few players too. I think South is going to scrape this one.
Eh?
I think South will
You
get it.
reckon Blake Taff will add a lot of value to the back?
Oh, hands down. No Jared Warrior Hargraves. And I think
Yeah.
they're missing another forward, the Roosters.
Who?
there is someone else.
Oh, Manu's not playing.
Manu's not
Manu
playing.
Manu's
might
out,
not be
yeah.
playing. He might play.
I don't
that
think he won't
injury's
play.
bad. He
That
won't
injury
play.
you
No
can't
way.
play.
Well, they're
I
saying
reckon it's
50-50 chance.
No way he's out. That injury.
You reckon
can
he's
do it,
out?
100%.
It's silly if
Telling
they
you right
play.
now.
It's like if it's a grand final, I'd play him, but it's not a grand final.
Well, this is technically their grand final. If they lose, they're out.
and then he's out for another month.
Why risk him?
I wouldn't risk him. Just Souths are missing an
Latrell.
underperforming Latrell. They've been very flat.
Yeah, that's been
Why risk him?
underperforming.
I actually think Black Tuff is going to add so much more.
Oh, of course. I got South winning.
Yeah,
They
really?
got to play for it.
I just, man, I'm going to, I hope so we see some punches thrown.
I think it comes to the wire.
Yeah, I think it will too.
Drop goal. I have a feeling.
I mean, it depends.
I think that left side's going to win it for South.
If Cody Walker shows up,
Yeah.
bro, they're
His
going to
teammate
rip him
shot with
apart.
him, yeah. I think that left side.
Kyle Walker.
I think Kala Matangi is going to have a big game.
He always does, man. Even him and Murray, Murray just re-signed until 2028 as well
Yeah,
for the
there was another
Rabbitohs.
one that
Oh,
could
Cameron Murray.
Yeah,
He'll be there for
he's a good
life.
player.
He's a good young
he's an
junior.
amazing Murray, man.
He's so strong, man. Just I seen him like I'm bigger than him. He's just I was like, wow, how do you do that?
He's a mad player, man.
Yeah.
He's the Rabbitohs are so lucky to have someone like him. And you know, like the fact that they re-signed him means that he's not going to rugby union, which you know rugby
That's
union is
good.
saying they're going to try and poach him, or whatever. But he's not someone you want to lose. You don't want to lose him. The whole like just watching him play for Origin and just for the Rabbitohs, you love watching him play. He's a mad player. I think it's a very interesting last round. You got the Sharks and the Raiders, 6 against 7.
Is that at Shark Park?
That's Shark Park PointsBet Stadium.
You know what? If Newcastle win, if North Queensland win, I think Raiders are gone. I think they're going to fall out of the 8.
You know what? It's a possibility because of their poor.
Who's North Queensland playing?
Panthers.
Oh, shit.
But see, Panthers are probably going to rest a lot of
They're
players.
gonna rest all their players.
I'll
Apparently.
tell you now, obviously, if North Queensland win,
They're in the 8.
no, they're in the 8, but Raiders are out because either Roosters or what's called to jump in. Souths.
Yeah.
Souths are in there, but it's one of them.
Actually, that's a good point.
They're gone.
that's
Canberra's
tight.
gone. Canberra need a win.
Yeah, you're right.
Who's Canberra missing? Rapana is going to play or not?
No, I think. Oh yeah, Rapana copped the fine.
Wyden's good to play.
Yeah,
Wyden
Wyden's
should be
good,
good.
But
to play.
Baliti's good to play.
He's
Yeah,
good,
they're all
yeah.
good. They're all playing. Yeah, you know what? You are actually right. If Raiders don't win,
They're gone.
they're out
Mm.
because Cowboys have a better points differential, and so do the Rabbitohs. Even the Roosters have a better points differential.
Of course. Do the Dragons have a better one or close? It's probably about 30-point difference or 20-point.
Nah,
Because Dragons have lost.
Dragons are minus 179.
They've lost 11 games this year by 10 points.
Divas, minus 179.
Yeah, 11 games. They've only won 5 games this year.
So if the Raiders lose, they're out of the 8.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've told you this.
That's incredible.
They're
That's
for and
incredible,
against.
I
Just the
hope
fraud.
they lose.
That's sad.
I hope they
Fraudulently got
yeah.
there.
I hope they lose. Just to see Ricky Stewart tell the cameraman to F off again.
Oh, did you see that? I saw that.
Was, and honestly, Fox Sports need to get their head out of their ass. They come out and apologize to Ricky. Oh, what? Because it's your mate. But other coaches over the years, they've absolutely harassed
Yeah,
the daylights. They
100%, I
write
agree.
articles about him, more footage. Des Hasler had, remember the camera crews outside his house repeatedly.
Yeah.
But Ricky is at the game. Let's apologize to him. So what? You can't put the camera on him?
It's
Oh,
ridiculous.
because we're in his face. He's not even in his face.
Why is he on the freaking sideline?
It's their mate. That's why.
Yeah, he's-
Remember, he used to write for their
Yeah,
paper.
that's
He used to
right,
write
that's
a lot of shit about other coaches. He lost friendships that way.
I think Raiders need to move him on. To be honest, I honestly like
I think he does a good job.
no.
Ricky Stewart?
Yeah, he always
What has
makes
he
the
done
final.
since 2019?
Yeah,
But?
he makes the finals, but
In the
Well, it
finals.
makes up the numbers. When is he actually threatened other than 2019?
it's not like they got a
When
crash
Wyden
hot.
had an absolutely crazy year.
It's not like they got a crash hot
But
squad.
they've got
I mean,
a
they've
good-
got some decent
They've got
forwards.
good forwards. They've got a good back line.
I wish we signed Tarpenny.
Oh, Tarpany is amazing.
How do you leave
about
Newcastle on
Tarpenny
the
on the
coast
tackle
to go
on,
sit in the middle of camera?
Yeah,
middle of
I know.
nowhere?
Oh, what do you think of that tackle with Tarpenny on Reece Walsh? Do you reckon
Fair
that was a
game.
dog shot?
Fair game. Remember what happened with Joseph Manu in St. George? He faked an injury. They all go, all right. And then he just ran through and went and scored.
No, I think it's fair game.
Fair game.
Yeah,
And,
absolutely
and
fair
Manu
game.
should have been clobbered as well. Like, they should have
Yeah,
done the
no,
same thing.
but
Fair game.
if the
He's
clock's-
holding the ball. He's not on the ground
Yeah.
writhing or anything.
That's
He's
right.
standing.
If the whistle hasn't blown and he's still got the ball in his hand, you're absolutely fair
He
game.
didn't ask for anyone to stop.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with him. He's just a little faker anyway.
Yeah, don't
He
worry
got
about
nailed. They'll make the highlights reel. Thank God.
Yeah.
We can ridicule him for that for the next 20,
Yeah,
30
he
years.
deserved it. I
was a
think
good
he
hit,
deserved it. It was a
though.
mad hit,
It's,
bro.
it's
And-
one of the
hit.
biggest hit of all time. He landed from here to where the director's
Yeah.
sitting over there with the producer. He's about 5 meters away.
And look, with that, I think, it's going to be a mad round a final round of footy. Thank God we don't have to watch the Eels play again this season.
That's strong a win. Remember that? Oh, God. Buddy, that ruined Penrith. Luai.
Oh, yeah, it did, man.
Now I'm watching this week's game with just interest. Do Penrith play themselves out of form again, or do they cop more injuries?
No, I think
they're resting everyone.
they're going to rest people. I think,
But
and
are they going to play themselves out of form?
why would they play themselves out of form?
Mate, look what they did against Parramatta.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
Didn't they have a full squad?
Nah, they were missing 2 players.
Who? Just 2 players.
The fullback and the winger.
The fullback and the winger. Who's the winger? Taruva.
Yeah.
All right, Edwards I'll consider
Yeah.
significant, but that Blondie that was in for Taruva, he was having a whale of a game.
Oh, look, to
He
be
set
honest,
up a try. He scored a try.
I think Panthers are allowed.
Even that centre.
One
had a
bad
good
game.
Actually, hang on a sec. They were missing a centre.
Yeah.
Well, they've been missing Taylor May and Isaac Tungo the whole year.
Tunga's a big loss.
So look, I think the Panthers are allowed a bad game. You can't, and to be honest, if you're going to say
That's the concern. They're going to play themselves out
no
of
way,
form,
bro.
back to
Look
back.
how good and consistent they've been for 4 years. Now all of a sudden they lose one game to a Parramatta team that's been horrible the whole year, and you think that that's it, they're out of form. Look,
I was just-
I'm telling you,
I
man,
just
Penrith will
thought-
still win it.
I just thought, should they rest players? And then lo and behold, Luai gets injured.
Lua's back in 2 weeks.
yeah, he'll be back in 2 weeks, and they'll have Cogger there to play 6 anyway.
Cogger's
Yeah, I'm
good.
just going to watch this game. It's at Penrith Park this week?
I'm
Or
not
is it
sure.
at Dairy Farmers?
No, I think.
I
it's
mean,
at-
what's it called? Is it 1-300 Smiles? What is it called these days?
which stadium?
North Queensland. What's it called? I can't keep up.
It used to be
It's at
1-300.
Bluebet Stadium in Penrith.
Oh, so it's a
Ah,
Penrith home
Penrith.
game,
Yeah,
back
Penrith
to
home
back.
game. Yeah,
They're going to debut players then.
Oh, they'll get another home game next week. So
yeah, that's
3.
right. Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
So I mean,
Oh, and another major announcement: the New South Wales government told them we're not giving you a total rebuild. And I thought,
Yeah,
why not?
that's
Your
right.
stadium already fits 23. Refurbish that, get it to about 25 to 27.
yeah, I think it's a great.
They want to
move.
go to a whole new site.
Yeah,
What for?
it never made sense.
So
to
you
me.
want $1
For the
billion
Panthers
to go for
Stadium.
the people out
They
there?
don't want to rebuild after they won 3 premierships in a row.
No, but
2.
they've got a decent
2, sorry?
stadium. They've got decent enough stadium.
Yeah.
They don't need to rebuild.
Anyway,
They just need
5
to
years ago
refurbish.
when they weren't even making the 8, they couldn't even get 9,000 to their games. So why would I give them a whole new stadium? The success ain't going to stay around forever.
Anyway, looking forward to this round of footy. I think we've made it to the deep end, and if you have, please give us a like and a subscribe. We're going to try and give you as much content as we can, and we've got some the Kennel hats that we've got, and we're going to be giving away. Stay tuned to our socials. Like us on Twitter, like us on TikTok, like us on Insta to see how you can win one. And we're going to be having more merch coming through as well. But you only know that if you've made it to the deep end. Please be sure to like and subscribe. And with that, look, best of luck to your team this coming week. If your team isn't playing finals, I hope you're going for the Warriors, because we are. If your team is going for the finals, best of luck. And I hope you enjoy the NRL this week. Thank you, everybody, and have a great week.
We'll see you next week.